Welcome back, I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today we are playing Mono Way Control in Ranked Standard. This deck is sweet, man. I had a lot of fun playing it. It just feels like it runs very smooth. In the one-drop slot, we got some cheap removal, lay down arms, of course, fantastic in any plains-based deck. We're also running Leyline Binding, mostly because I just don't really like playing Fateful Absence that much. I hate giving people the artifact token, allowing them to pay 2 mana and draw a card. It just feels really bad in any kind of controlling mirror matchup. So I don't like this card that much, and I think Binding's better. You don't have to run all the Tri-lands to make it work. If you just get one single Tri-land down, it drops from 6 mana to 3. And 3 mana, instant speed, kill anything, any type of permanent, is pretty solid. And then obviously the more Tri-lands you get down, the cheaper it gets, but I think it's fine. Like, I would rather play the Binding over the Fateful Absence with a little bit of tweaking to the mana base. 2 drops, super smooth. Everything helps you hit your land drops. Farmland, get a Plains to the hand. Companion, draw a card. Maybe hit your land drop. Bank Buster, pay mana to draw a card and keep hitting your land drops. All of this feels really good. 3 drops, quite powerful. Wedding Announcement, dump some stuff onto the battlefield, maybe draw some cards. Adeline is just a great attacker and blocker for the Wandering Emperor. Also pumps out more creatures. And then 1 Celestis in there for some filtering in against other control matchups, and 1 kind of fun of with Union of the Third Path, which can get you life, and whatever, throw it in there. 4 drops, Emperor, of course, fantastic. 5 drops, probably one of the worst cards in the deck, I think. I've never been a massive fan of AO, but it's mostly in there just to bridge the gap from the 4-drop slot to the 6-drop slot. And it's decent. Honestly, if this thing dies, you have a lot of great targets that you can hit off of it up to 4 mana, including the Emperor, Adeline, Wedding Announcement. Even these guys aren't too bad to hit off of it. And then sometimes you can just put a bunch of counters on something and swing for lethal. So AO totally fine. Vigilance is nice too. Pretty good with the Emperor plus. And then lastly, the most powerful cards in the deck. 1 Farewell on top and 1 Sanctuary Warden. You don't have to play Farewell. You can go 2 Wardens and probably have a lot of success too, but it's nice to have some options in there. And then the best part of the deck is the mana base. I really enjoy playing decks that have more interesting mana bases than just play land and use them for mana, right? We got double Aganjos here, 26 land total. So first Aganjo's a land, second Aganjo maybe channel, pick something off for 4 damage. 16 planes, 6 Tri-lands in here, which you can play to make the Binding cheaper, but you can also just cycle them away and draw a card. Like, that's really nice in the long, grindy matchups. And then 2 Roadside Reliquaries. This card is sweet. Makes colorless mana, but you can also pay 2, tap it, sack it, and draw a card if you control an artifact, and draw a card if you control an enchantment. You will almost always have both of those out via the Bank Busters and Celestis on the artifact side, and enchantments we have 4 Bindings and 4 Wedding Announcements. So you're going to get a lot of value out of this card too. That's the deck. Enjoy the gameplay. Let's dive right in. On the play. Looks pretty good to me. And we get a tap down early without any cost. I am down for this hand. Also on the tap land life. Nothing on 2 here for us. And one turn away from Leyline Binding still. Alright, they do have blue, so they could counter something here. I think we still go for the Wedding Announcement. Let's see if they have Mage Sphere. Nope, no stick at all, actually. And a little bit of stick here, so they have creature removal, but no counter spells. Or maybe removal for the Wedding Announcement. They do nothing, though. Probably creature removal to leave the token around. Okay, throw that into a Ganjo. So we'll hit him a little bit harder here. I think we could Binding it. We probably just let it go. And instead, get the Adeline cooking. I think that's fair. Okay. Swing here. And get the Wedding Announcement trigger. Going wide. Hornet bins a portal to Phyrexia. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, the good news is we're pretty wide. Good news is we were pretty wide. Now we're not so much wide. So what do they get back here? Oh, turn 3, they just get the thing. But we can lay down arms it, right? For 3 mana, so we don't have to do that. So we can Emperor this turn instead. And minus, and then kill the thing next turn. I think that's fine. Alright, not an ideal scenario. Flip the Announcement, though. They get this guy. We'll pick it off with Lay Down Arms this coming turn. Sunset Revelry. We have the same number of cards in hand, so we don't need to cast anything now. So they just get the life and nothing else. Maybe they have 1 more to go. If they do, then we'll cast the Emperor in response so they don't get the draw trigger off the Revelry. Okay. That's all. We'll attempt the Emperor here. Resolves. They might Fateful Absence it.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Yep, but we'll take a response here, make an attacker.
Back to
We get the draw as well. Okay. I think we can take the draw first. And I still think we're going to lay down arms this turn. We could have done the roadside reliquary sack there because we had the artifact, actually. That's kind of interesting. But I think we get you down. And take this guy out for cheap. When it does get a little life. We bop him for 5 here. With lots of removal. But no more pressure. Yeah, if they give us another artifact, maybe we'll take that opportunity to sack the reliquary and draw 2. Okay, removal for removal. More land ain't it? Do we sack the reliquary now? We don't have an artifact, but we're not getting one anytime soon. Okay, we'll take that draw. Alright, it's playable. Sure. Swing for 2. Maybe we could have played out the farmland before we played that next land, but that's okay. Take action. Basic plains it is. Oh man. I mean, we'll see how much removal they have. Like, we're gonna need some aggressive gas to get them from 18 to 0 at this point. Invoke Justice Portal. Alright, so we have the binding for it. But we lose the creatures. And there's the artifact we wanted. Start with the binding. We might have to save all the bindings for that. Play the Bankbuster. Draw power is very good. We're going to need that. Opponent digging through the graveyard here for what? Not sure. But if we're on the Bankbuster side of this, then we're going to be in good shape. That's one way to win this game. We might cycle you. I think we're going to draw and cycle. Start the draw. Okay. I think we're using all of you guys to cycle. I don't think we need to play them out. Even to make Leyline Binding 1. I think we have plenty of mana at this stage of the game, and we just want to cycle into our win cons. They get out their Emperor here, so we can Binding that. They might play Farewell and just get back everything and then just win. But, who knows? Yeah, we'll take the Binding here. Make the token. Let's try not to use the last binding on the token.
Keep watch for intruders. I guess that's it then.
Okay. That's annoying. We're gonna binding that as well. Okay. Alright. Let's get to it. I mean, we're hoping they don't play Farewell. But they don't have a counter to remove, so the effect does not go off. E2. Opponent digging through the graveyard again. Get your paws out of the graveyard. What do you want down here? What are you digging for? They're rooting around. Alright, that answers that. I think we start with a draw. That's a card. Okay, good. Play you out. I definitely want to play you. And yeah, we can arms this guy. Whatever. Alright, I think we're still keeping these cycle lands. We gotta cycle this stuff away. And we can even use the treasure token to accomplish that this turn. Alright, we're back on the board. We should outdraw them with our deck, but we'll see. They can cycle too, okay. Cycle land. Yeah, if they hit Farewell, we just lose. So let's hope that's not the case. Oh, that's fun. Okay. They actually play blue? Maybe they do have counter spells. Celestis is good here as well. That's also good. Okay. I think we start with you. Take our double draw. Artifact and enchantment. Good. Emperor's good. Backup Bankbuster's fine. How much can we play this turn? You for 3 have 4 mana left over to play the Emperor. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Crew you. I guess we'd rather have them pick off the other creature. And we'll try to flash in the Emperor on their turn with the last 4 mana. Alright, the pressure continues on. But if they Farewell, they just win, I think. Bankbuster, okay. They keep drawing. Yeah, I'm getting nervous, man. We gotta win before they hit farewell. All right, here's our Emperor. I mean, if they play blue, maybe they do have counter spells. I don't know. Make a samurai.
But we must protect the people.
Okay, take the draw. What else are we drawing with this turn? Guess this is cheaper to draw immediately. I'd like to hit an Adeline. Wouldn't hate that. There she is, a lot of damage. Okay. I mean, that's a lot of damage right there. So let's crew with you. 11 damage. Yeah, we can bless her. Put it on one of these tokens.
We've got
All right.
edge in this fight.
Show me what you got. That's a lot of damage. I think it's almost, I think we're 1 point short of lethal, maybe? Oh, nope, we had lethal. All right, got there. No farewell. Thank goodness. On the play with Bankbuster. Yeah, no complaints here. Binding looking a little dead in the opening hand, but we'll work on it. Planes for planes. Recruitment officer. All right. So soldiers it is, but we get to be on the play, which is huge. Adeline's a decent blocker. So they probably can't kill it. We'll see. We'll see if they already have lay down arms on 3. Otherwise, it could hold the ground for a bit until we get the Emperor down. And then if we can blow them out in combat with the Emperor, that'd be huge. Do nothing. All right, so they most likely will flash in the pair of 1/1s. Okay, good resolves. I mean, there's a chance they're on the counterspell. I just 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000 blue-white soldiers decks run the counterspell. But they got something here. Sentinel. Okay, they flash in the Sentinel instead. Return you to the hand to make a 3/2 flyer. Okay. We'd love to land off the Emperor here, otherwise we'll be a tad slow. Officer comes down. We hit the land. So we can in fact blow them out with the Emperor here. We can't defend it on the way back, which is kind of interesting. But we have double Emperor, so maybe it's worth it. I mean, it's a free attack by us. They don't have to block here. Good. All right. That's fine by us too. Then we get to exile the officer on their terminate attacks. I'd like that even better. Crewman officer, good. Not looking scary yet. Try to pass quickly enough. Opponent attacks all here. Okay. No blocks. And play out our first Emperor. And we'll exile the officer.
Anyone who harms my people must contend.
It doesn't hit as hard, but I'm okay getting the card draw off the table. Reinforcements. So they can actually take the card draw in response here. Interesting. Tap 3, draw a card. All right, we'll get that guy out of there at least. Yep. Too bad. We're not in the worst position. That's great, actually. That allows us to deal with the Zephyr this turn. And they have no flying attackers for us. And we take the draw with the Bankbuster as well. Okay. Flyer dead. Can plus onto the 1/1, I suppose.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Definitely you. We'll hold back the other blocker. Now, even if they Brutal Cathar or Resplendent Cathar, we still have a 2/2 blocker, which holds back a couple of these guys. And I guess we haven't played land yet, but we could save the Bankbuster to... Yeah, I think we'll hold off here. If they Cathar or Cathar, we can power up the Bankbuster in response and still have a decent blocker. We'll see how it shakes out this turn. Could also draw and try to hit land. But, we're definitely doing well so far. Morel would be the blowout. We need the land to hit 5 mana to Leyline Binding the Morel. Alright, so there is the Cathar. And again, we can Bankbuster in response. Okay. Crew you, so now we have a 4/4 blocker and a 2/2 blocker for them, which is pretty good. And we can still block and then tap the Bankbuster to draw. Frontliner. Not that scary this turn. They're going pretty wide here. Let's see if they attempt to tack down the Emperor or not. How important is it to them? Alright, they do go for it here. So move to blockers. We'll block you. And does it matter? Non-token creatures? Yeah, we want to take out the non-token creatures. And we do lose the Emperor. The first Emperor, at least.
Our swords will cross again.
Get the draw. Companion. A lay down arms. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Okay. We can start with the draw here. And then lay down the Cathar. Get back Adeline. Gandra's good too. But start here. I guess we'll just keep hitting land. Try to get up to the Warden. And we can draw with the Bankbuster this turn. We want to attack with at least one of these guys. Let's do it like this. Then we get the Adeline trigger as well. Alright. Doing well. Only down to 14 against, you know, an aggro deck. Board is being developed. That's the card we have to answer with a binding. But we now have 5 mana. Ooh, can I no longer use the Bankbuster here? Is it anything? Activate the abilities of artifacts. Ah, my mistake. Haven't seen this interaction much. Needed to use the Bankbuster beforehand. So that sucks a little bit, but we'll survive here because we already have the 5th land. Farewell. Alright, don't need that yet. We have to take Morel on our turn, because I do remember the next line of text. And we get to hit him pretty hard here. Could almost get the Bankbuster in there. Is that worth it? Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we do it like this. And swing like this. Leave the 2/2 back, again, in case they Brutal Cathar or Adeline. We still have another decent blocker for their 1/1s. When it drops to 5. Feeling pretty good. We could always farewell all the creatures. We got Wandering Emperor too. Just a small mistake not drawing with the Bankbuster, but I don't think they can punish us too hard for it. We'll see. Ah, okay. They bounce you. So we just replay it again this coming turn. Does not seem uber effective. Yeah, maybe they should have done that on our turn. Sweet. Doing well. On the play. All day, every day. Do we go Companion or Bankbuster first? I guess Companion's a little better into Adeline. Binding. Yeah, let's just take the free draw now. Get that battlefield presence going. Wedding announcement. That's a good 3-drop for us. Guardian of New Benalia. I do not see that very often. I guess it's just not a good enough soldier these days. Cool. Drop the announcement. Probably not gonna attack or double block. Probably just looking to Emperor exile the Benalia at some point. But we need to hit that 5th land drop. Running 26 land the deck, so we'll get there eventually. Sky Strike Officer. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Benalia doesn't really make this deck. I guess it's crazy there are so many other good 2/2s that it's not worth playing the Benalia and soldiers. So we do not have to land, which is too bad. Attacking here gives us the draw, but we'll just take it this way. So that's a little bit slow for us. We would have loved to exile the Benalia. Now, if we exile the Benalia, they still have the 2/3 flyer, which can pick off the Emperor. So, not perfect. Again, we could attack for the draw, but I don't think we need to. We might chump. We might chump this turn. I guess we can power up the Bankbuster to make a 4/4 blocker. So we could do that instead. Just you, okay. Get a token out of the deal. Down to 16. That's not great either. Another flyer to deal with. And a veteran. Pump the entire squad. Okay. Interesting. Orleans fine by me. AO the Dawn Sky maybe blocks. But I think we need to kill the officer this coming turn is what is most necessary here. We'll flip these into 2/2s, which is pretty nice. But I think we're exiling the officer on their turn. How are we just dead if they attack with everyone and give it all flying? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's pretty close to dead. Okay, maybe we just give up the Emperor here then. Or are we binding the officer now? Okay. Let's do it like this. I think we are taking the officer. Tap these guys in response. They get their card draw off. Man, that little extra line of text just pushes soldiers over the edge. All right, we flipped the announcement though. So we got a lot of decent blockers, all 2/2s. And next turn maybe we can Emperor the Aviator and then have a ground force to protect the Emperor every turn. We're in this game, but they're not missing too many beats here. Siege Veteran, okay. One more thing to deal with. Counter goes on the flyer. Swing for 5. Eat it all. So I think we Emperor now on our turn. Make sure the Aviator is dead before they attack all. That is good to play out eventually. Okay. So we're doing this now because we don't want to let them move to combat. And exile target tapped creature. Keep hitting land because we're a little bottlenecked there. And no attacks for sure. Okay. We need something to turn the corner a bit here. Farewell could be pretty good. Siege Veteran Part 2. Okay. Sure, they put it there. So I think we chump block with the token here. Sure. They get their scry. Yeah, we need to keep drawing into answers. One to the top. Fine. We take a chump probably on the token. Versus anything else. It's cheaper to remove via the laydown hands, and also easier to permanently remove via the Brutal Cathar. We don't have enough mana to draw. Adeline's a blocker. Doesn't really fix the core issue, though. We can play out you and Wedding Announcement, though, which isn't bad. Steady stream of blockers. Do we just want Adeline to be as big as possible? We're not going to block the Benalia regardless. Farmhand's interesting. We could give it lifelink at some point. That's maybe relevant. Let's make a large farmhand.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I don't think we attack. Well, actually, attacking is kind of interesting. It's not that bad. With first strike? What does that mean? We pick off a frontliner? And then die to an officer? Maybe not this turn. Especially with the token fodder off the veteran. We still have more blockers for the Benalia, which is good. There's the Cathar, sadly. Okay. Take the Adeline. Sure, we can power up the Bankbuster in response. Just in case we need that extra blocker. 5/5 is decent size. Last card is another veteran. Pump the entire squad. Yikes. Well, it's getting big. We need an answer fast, otherwise we're going to lose this game pretty soon. Attack all. Okay. Maybe they just have lethal. I don't know. Pretty confident there. I guess everyone's a 3/3, so they have good attacks everywhere. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Might just be dead here. All right. Let's probably take out the pump the entire squad. Are we just dead all around? You don't have lifelink yet. What does this do? 3, 8, 12, dead. Okay, so we cannot double block. Who's the next biggest guy? The 5/5, sure. All right, what do we got now? 3, 7, 10, 14. Okay, we have to do one better. Who's the next biggest guy? The 4/4. Oh, this guy's not even blocking yet. Hold on, hold on. I might have fudged that. We're running out of time though. Now what? 3, 6? Take 6? I think that's fine. Okay. Why is this highlighted? Wants to crew again? Nah, we're good. Okay. Now we just have to top deck farewell. And they get a bunch of... okay, we're dead. Yeah. All right. Yeah, didn't quite pull that one together. On the draw, 2-lander, but farmhand, hit and land. All day, every day. Okobo, Reckoner Raid. Mono black, actual aggro. Low to the ground aggro. They might not run Invoke Despair. We'll see how low to the ground they actually are. Bankbuster, alright. Well, they're not that aggro. And still play out a blocker here, I think. Over the Bankbuster. Take action, keep hitting land. Flip the boss. Cold Construct. Yeah, they're pretty low to the ground. They just also play the Bankbuster. That's all for this turn. Wedding announcement's okay. Trade with the Cult Conscript. Celestis would let us play AO next turn into removal, but it's pretty good at getting removed. Or like, we don't even care if they kill it that much. I'm kind of into that. Yeah, let's try that. Let's go Celestis into turn 4 AO. And then if I kill it, hopefully get some value off of it. And we'll try to block the Cult Conscript here. Underdog. Okay, all pretty low to the ground. 1s and 2s so far. Power up the Bankbuster. And leave the Conscript back. Okay. For some reason we can't block the Bankbuster. Oh, because artifacts have Menace off of the Captain? Okay. Binding. I think we AO here. No attacks. Alright, we gotta survive a little bit longer. Some removal would hurt, for sure. Alright, do you have the AO removal as well? I think we're trading here. And just... Oh, it has Menace again. Damn, okay. We need, like, an answer ASAP. Conscript again. Are we just gonna lose this turn? Alright, what does it need to make this work? Sanctuary Warden, double block you. Take a lot and lose. So we have to kill the Road Captain, I guess. Which means we have to Binding. I guess we Binding the Road Captain. Block, take 5. So close to dead. So close to dead. If they have another underdog, we'd probably lose. Did we actually have to take out the Road Captain here? Yeah. Okay. I think that's how it is. Who would have guessed? This combo, dude, actually giving us some issues. Swing for 5 Vigilance. Alright, let's see if you can find lethal. Definitely a decent chance. Hasty Underdog gets there. Let's see. Any creature to power up the Bankbuster gets there. Alright, they probably can get lethal this turn. Okay. That was a quick attack animation. Trade here, take 4. And we get a permanent out of the deal. And we have to hope they don't hit Invoke Despair. Adeline it is. Flesh Scourger is very awkward to remove. This makes 3 blockers and has Menace. Oh, I think we're just dead. We just can't block everything. Can we get a life? We can get a life off of Celestis. What could we possibly hit? Not much. I think we just lose. I think we just lose. Yeah? Sure. It's fine. Okay. And they have 4 attackers, and we have 3 blockers, and one of them has Menace. So we just lose here. We need some Emperor action. Grumpy.